To Conan O'Brien Needs a Friend. This is a special episode. This is the season finale. I didn't understand anything about podcasts when this thing began. Didn't know what to expect. And here we are 36 episodes later. And of course, it takes a village. And in my case, that village is my trusty assistant, Sona Movsesian. Hey, Sona.
Hi, Conan.
And Mr. Matt Gorley. How are you, Matt?
Hi, Conan. I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. We banter quite a bit, and there's a lot of verbal jousting and attacks upon one another. Mostly me attacking you guys, to be honest. But I do want to be sincere for a second and say this has been a delightful surprise. This podcast. I started it off with no expectations. And got kind of talked into it, and we started doing it. And I think from the get-go, been having a blast. And here we are 36 episodes later, and it's been really fun. I don't know how you guys feel.
I love it. I think now is a good time to thank you for asking me to be a part of it. It's awesome. It's really fun. I think that, I don't know, I felt always a little nervous about podcasting because I didn't think I would be interesting at all, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, but people love you on the podcast.
I don't know. That's nice.
You know what? The thing is, it's great. You're very good at being yourself. So your natural disdain for me, it comes out very naturally, and but also you're a great counterbalance to, as we are in life. What I say this all the time. The way Sona and I are on the podcast, that's us all day at the show.
Right.
And if you literally just drop a microphone while you and I are yelling at each other about coffee or whatever,
right,
and you mocking me, you think my hip-hop freestyling is
awful.
Awful.
It's the worst thing I've ever heard.
I disagree.
Oh, you disagree.
Yeah.
It's terrible. But let me just say also, I know we make a lot of fun, but I love you. I love working for you. And this has been an absolute blast. And I love that I've met Matt Gorley.
Let's throw it over to Matt Gorley.
That means the world to me because this has been a joy for me. I literally got off a plane from doing another goddamn podcast and was told, hey, you're going to be working on the Conan O'Brien podcast. And I went, well, what's that? And they
Wait, you didn't know who I was?
No, I knew who you were, but I knew you didn't have a podcast.
Hold on. Okay. Yeah. But what were your preconceived notions about Conan O'Brien?
What do you mean? I'm a fan. I know all your stuff. Are you kidding?
No, I'm not. That wasn't convincing to me.
What do you want?
You feel like a guy that's covering.
I'll sign an affidavit.
Listen, I'm not going to go fishing for compliments. It's clear there's no fish in that pond. So I'm going to pack up my rod and reel and move on. Gorley, you're very good at this. You're very good. I do give you a hard time because you're an absurd person.
Wait,
you really
can't
are.
Tell me you do give me a hard time in the same sentence that give me a hard time.
Yes, I'm very good at this, and I can do two things at once. But you do a very good job on the podcast. You know your podcasts. Terrific job. You do the edits. You set it all up. You really are a pro. You're also one of the most ridiculous people I've encountered in my life.
Can respond in 2 words?
Sure.
You are.
I will just respond with, I am rubber. You yourself are made of glue.
Oh, wow.
Whatever you say ricochets off of me because I'm rubber.
I do live in your head.
And then
I don't
sticks
exist.
to the glue, which is what you are.
Pigeon pie.
Your mother's name is Winifred?
Welford.
Oh, I'm sorry. How ridiculous of me. And you two go to the park and sketch together. You own Dwight Eisenhower's
What happened to this tender
telephone.
moment we had? I thought we were really going to land that and stick that landing.
You are you're a strange sprite from another land.
Maybe I am.
Who somehow there's
am.
something elfin about you, even though your dimensions are quite normal. You are a sprite. You're
maybe I am.
You live in the woods.
I am going to lean into this. And I think I'm going to come next time in lederhosen.
You are. I know we've just scratched the surface on how strange you are.
Yes and no. That's the problem. But it's not the way you characterize it.
Pretty good judge of character. Now, this is the season finale episode today, but that doesn't mean the fun has stopped. Starting on August 5th, we're going to have 6 weeks of mini episodes with my really good friend Dana Carvey. These shows are called Deep Dive with Dana Carvey. It's 6 episodes of hilarious madness, courtesy of Dana, who's just a brilliantly funny guy, and his brain is a magical silly, ridiculous thing. And I just love playing with him. And so look for those. There's going to be 6 of them dropping once a week. We're going to be back with season 2 of Conan O'Brien Needs a Friend in a couple of months. And we look forward to seeing you then. And I just want to thank everybody who contributed this season. All my guests. We just had 36 terrific guests. Actually, I think it was more like 37 because remember when we did Schwartz and Middleditch?
That's right.
See?
You're right. Yeah.
That's how good I am.
Wow.
Oh, that was pathetic. Anyway, all my guests, my team here, Earwolf, of course, we got Will, we got Blay over there working hard. What do you do here, Blay? What are you doing?
I keep it all going, man.
Oh
I
my
keep it all
God.
going.
Okay. Mistake.
You asked me.
Mistake.
Mike back.
Wow.
Mistake.
Wow.
I apologize.
That was a bad
Jesus.
idea.
I apologize to anyone who was driving and just veered into a tree because an overeager need monster jumped through your speakers. Anyway, thanks to the Earwolf gang and of course you, the listeners, for tuning in every week. Yeah,
Adam and Jen
Yeah, Paula.
and Paula.
yeah. Just to, I mean,
I didn't know if you wanted to include them.
well, no, I wanted to cut them out.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know if we were still recording, but if you wanted to read...
What I like to do is withhold praise from some people so they try harder next year. It's a sick game I play.
Yeah.
No, and guess what? I looked into it. Caligula did this to his people.
Great guy.
Napoleon.
Good fella.
A lot of the great...
Pol Pot.
Yeah, Pol Pot did this a lot, and it's how he seized power. Listen, I've done my homework. Stalin did this a lot in the 40s. So, no, Jen deserves a tip of the cap.
Paula and Gina, who booked everybody.
Yeah.
And Adam,
Yep.
who is
My
the guy who
doppelganger.
runs it all.
Yeah.
Adam is got the most beautiful eyes of any man I've ever
Does,
seen.
and eyelashes too.
Yeah, he's got eyelashes for days.
Yeah.
Seriously, I want to lick his eyeballs.
Nothing to do with his contribution to the podcast.
I don't know actually what he does with the podcast. I know that.
Be frank, I don't either.
Yeah. And you know what? Very little money's been trickling my way, and I do notice that he's driving around in a Bentley now. So I'm very suspicious of him. Well, anyway, we just thanked a whole bunch of people. I know you all probably fast-forwarded through that part because it's like at award shows.
Yeah.
We're thanking a bunch of people they don't know.
Yeah.
And that's why I wasn't going to thank anybody. I was going to pretty much say, this was a one-person effort. Conan O'Brien, you're welcome. Because that's faster.
Come on.
It's faster.
But that's not nice.
Well, are we here to be nice?
If it was just you, you'd be sitting here just talking to yourself and no one would be recording anything.
Which is what I do at home anyway. My wife is always hearing me talking to myself in a room in the house, and she's always saying, I'm enjoying the show up here. Really love listening to your one-man show. That's absolutely true. Hey, we don't have time to mess around because we have a